This is my stealth car camper. It's a 2008 Honda CR-V, and as promised in my most recent stealth car camping video, I'm going to give you a tour today. Now before I get started, a little bit of a backstory here. This is my review channel which works in tandem with my main camping channel. Over there on Kent Survival I've done, camping in everything from a Hyundai, a smart car, to my truck and my roof tent. So I've done a fair bit of car camping, vehicle camping in the past. This is my latest daily driver, and well, I wasn't going to modify it in any way, and nothing here is permanent. But, you know, I did want to do some stealth car camping after watching a fellow YouTuber. I'll link him down below. Matt's channel does a lot of stealth camping in his Vauxhall Zafira. But I'm going to empty this out now, and I'm going to show you how everything fits in it. First up, the easiest things, I've got these moisture absorbers. These ones are microwavable and reusable. You will get a lot of condensation in here when you're sleeping in here. And a homemade one, pick this tip up from Matt as well. This is a sock with kitty litter in it. Apparently works even better than those. So first up we have this. This is for the footwell. It's a little bit of a riser just to fill in that gap, and it's just out of plywood and some CLS timber. As you can see, it's got a hole in it, so if I wanted to store something in that footwell I can access it. And it's got the garage matting on the top here, which I'll show you in a second is cut to shape in there too. Future Andy here, I forgot to mention that the rear seats are actually removed. It's only kind of 4 bolts in each one, so it's not too hard, but they're not folded down, just to clarify that. As you can see, that fits in there nicely, and I've made it so that the chair can go back enough for me to be able to drive if there was some kind of emergency or something. And so here is my floor essentially. It's the garage matting, the kind of checker platey style, and I've cut it to shape to the whole of the back here, including over the footwell on the driver's side here for my bedside. It's 2 layers thick in some places because of the way the bottom of the car is, so that makes it completely flat on top. And that's cut into all of the shapes. So that matting gives me a nice comfortable base to exist in there, to build the bed up on, and it kind of protects the bottom of the car there as well. The car already has these shelving areas on both sides. That's where the parcel shelf would normally slot into, and you've got various racks and stuff for your fire extinguishers and things like that, so it can be used in multiple ways. And on the other side I've had to pad that out to allow for my next piece. So this cabinet is kind of the heart of this camper build. I didn't have this when I first camped in this because that wasn't a stealth camp, and it kind of gave me an idea of the space. And so I built this cabinet, and I'll show you what's in it. So first off we have a space at the back here. This is where my water goes. And I've got this tank here. Now if I thread this tube up, I've got this. So we'll put that on. And it's recessed into the foam there, which holds it quite nicely. And this is a battery powered water pump. This bit can come off so you can stow it away easier. And this is just going to go straight down into that water below. So one thing I briefly considered was to put an actual sink in here, use like a hotel pan or something. But I thought then you've got lots of water to try and dispose of your stealth camping, and I thought there'd be better ways. So what I did do is just get this little drip tray, just to stick under it to catch anything, and you know, that should hold whatever drips do happen. I didn't actually bring a cup with me today, so I just demonstrate with the drip tray here. It takes a second to work that water up. There you go. It's not the fastest flowing thing, but you know, it's better than actual physically pumping something, and it's USB chargeable. So next up was power, and that's especially important for this because of the electric ways of cooking. Now I'm lucky that I'd actually had a sponsorship from EcoFlow before doing this, and they'd sent me one of their River Free Pluses. This has the expandable battery on it as well, and I thought this would be perfect in here. So you'll see here I've got a flush mounted AC plug with 2 USB points as well. I had this hanging around because I wanted to use it in the truck build, which I've not started the inside of yet. But I thought, at least for now, I'll try it out in here, and it's worked out really well because there is 2 AC power points on the back of that power bank which you can't reach when it's in here. So I'll just plug them in and use that one. So I plug that one in and then push that in to its place here. Now you'll see I've got a lip going all the way along here, so this will allow for my bed here and stop things from sort of rolling out and moving out, especially when I'm actually driving. And that's because I want as much of that set up when I arrive at my stealth camping location as possible, so I'm not kind of making a scene. So next up, there's space in front of the water tank. I've just got this cooler here which has an ice pack on the top, and I will put an ice pack on the bottom there as well. I need breakfast and dinner in there, so that's by far enough. And again, that can go in that cubby and won't fall out. And there's just enough room there to get in and get what you need. So this larger space here, which you can just about access through the side door there as well, I left pretty empty. Considered putting a shelf in, but I wanted to see how things work in here on a stealth camp and just have maximum amount of space there. Now I've, on the last one, kept like cooking gear and stuff like that in there. It's easy access from kind of sitting here on the bed. Clothing, whatever else I need in there. So speaking of cooking stuff, obviously I said I've got the power bank there. It's not the biggest in the world, but it is enough. Now it made me think about what I was doing. Now you can't really use gas in here when you're pretty closed down, so it's going to have to be electric. I was looking at different low wattage options. Now, rice cooker that I have, tiny rice cooker, works fine. This is a waffle iron. This is pretty good as well. Used that on the last camp. This is my kettle, which is kind of like an insulated cup, has the little vent hole on top there, and yeah, you could probably fit 2 cups of tea or coffee in there. That works brilliant, and it's pretty quick as well considering. Now I've also got this, which is just like a cooking pot really, and steamer. It's pretty deep. I did a steak and some noodles and vegetables in here on the stealth camp, and it's got a 300 watt and 600 watt mode. 300 watt was enough to do everything, even frying a steak, and it didn't take long at all. It's got some little vent holes on it. It's got the lid obviously, which is good when you're in there with condensation. All these are AC because the 12 volt things just take forever, but you know, they left me with, I think I had over 70% on that power bank left. I want to keep this video on subject and not go into this too deeply, so I think I'll do a separate video with all my low wattage cooking appliances for stealth camping in the car. Now, urban stealth camping, security is a bit of a concern because you're in a town, a city, around people. I've seen people use their dash cams, and it got me to thinking, because I can't have a dash cam with the way I black out the windows, and I found this. So these are backup cameras, and you can have 2 of them attached to the screen at the same time. So this is the 12 volt screen that comes with the backup cameras. You see the front there. If I go around here, you can see the back. Not the best in low light, but in urban settings you're usually under like a street lamp or something anyway. Woo! So the bed. First up, we've already got a mat down here, so that's going to help a bit. And this is like a yoga mat. This is my actual kind of first proper layer. As you can see, that's quite soft, and you probably could survive on that, but I want it proper comfortable. It's meant to be an enjoyable experience anyway. So I've got this. It's a Dreamcatcher self-inflating mat from Outwell. Now, it's not small, it doesn't pack down small, but it's one of them things I'm going to be putting in here before I actually reach the location. You can inflate these with a pump as well, it just makes it a bit quicker, but I'll show you what that looks like. So as you can see, you've got the valve here. So you check that the valve is open, which it is. Put the pump on. And so there we have it. Essentially 1, 2, 3 layered bed, and it is very comfortable indeed. And you can see here how you can still access everything because of that lip. So the bedding here, I don't have the pillow, but it's just a normal pillow and single duvet. I just wanted this to feel nice and homely, not like camping, because I do enough of that. So I didn't really want to be using a sleeping bag in here. That'll probably change in the winter. Now when I got the duvet, I also got a single sheet and one of these sheet fasteners which goes underneath and kind of straps it on. And I was hopeful that was going to fit this. Now, to be honest, I've not even tried yet. But you know, there are options out there. It's nice to have a little bit of air circulation when you're in here, so I've got this clip-on, also adhesive fan, and this is just battery powered USB-C, and you can position it however you want. I just had it here, but it'll clip on anywhere. For entertainment, I've got this tablet that mounts onto the headrest, but I can't use that if I've got my divider curtain, which we'll go over in a second, so I can just use it on my tabletop. Now, as for lighting, the first time I camped in here I used string lights, but I wasn't too happy with that. Now, because I do a lot of camping, I've got a lot of lanterns. So, first up, the pump is a lantern, and that's quite nice and soft. Now, I've got this, who's it by, Claris one, which is quite expensive, but you can angle it any way you want. I've had this a while, and I tend to use it in my bigger tents, but I can hang this, I can just place it on here, and it seemed to, between the two of them, work very well. They also have filming lights as well because I make videos, so plenty of lighting in here. When I first camped in this, my main priority was keeping the daylight out with my blackout curtains and things, so I wasn't woken up too early. Now with stealth camping, it's the opposite. You want to keep your internal light from showing outside. Now one way you can negate this is parking under a street light. That helps a little bit. And I've made some blackout boards cut out for each window. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it's the underlay you put under hardwood flooring and tape and vinyl to make them kind of black out. There's much easier ways of doing it. I'll link a video down below by Matt. So there is one thing I learnt from Matt, from my hobbies over the years, and we'll go over that in just a second, but I'll show you the blackout blinds first. So these are what they look like. You can see on the back that insulation. I've done tape around the edges and I've left a tab to be able to remove them. So this should be for this side. Nope. Yes. Yes. So these side windows are freefold in a way. I've got the rain protectors here, so you can roll down the window ever so slightly. You've then got these. Wrong one. That's better. So that's my blackout. And then I've also got these, which you'll see they're the sunshade net things that you use when you've got babies and whatnot. So what's the point in this? It is just mesh, but it will help with light bleed a tiny bit. It'll also help with the airflow getting in. But also, if you don't want to put the blackout board in straight away when you arrive at a location while it's daylight, you get a bit of privacy, but you can still go about your business inside. Now I do have blackouts for the front side windows if I should need them, and I did actually use them the other day. That brings us to the windscreen. It's the biggest window on the car, it could have the most light bleed. There is various ways of going about this. You've got things like this foil reflector thing that you put up in the summer. You've got things like this, which is the same sort of thing, but it is an umbrella one. And you've got ones like this, which is a pop-up one. They're all kind of sun blinds basically, and they will all let light bleed. So this is a blackout curtain. I actually have two, and there's twofold good reasons for this. So these have little hooks that just catch onto the trim like so, and that will go on both sides. As you can probably see, that leaves quite a gap. So I've got a second blackout curtain, which kind of tucks into the sunroof here and clips on all the way along, and I just shut that in the door for complete blackout. The reason this is so good is someone walking past your car looking into the windscreen at night will just see like a black abyss behind the seats, which is kind of how it would normally look at night anyway. You haven't got this big kind of blackout thing over the windscreen making it look suspicious, and rear windows are quite often tinted anyway, so it's a really good idea. That's by Matt from My Hobbies Over the Years as well, and I copied that. After my last video, a viewer recommended these to me. They're little twist screw things for going into the headlining and into trim for attaching something like a blackout curtain. Not tried them yet, they're a little scary looking, but I will give them a go next time out. So here I am inside. As you can see, I've got plenty of headroom here. I could have built up a bit of a bed, but I would have lost that headroom, and that was more important to me. And I've got plenty of storage down here in the footwell, also inside my cabinet here and underneath the footwell here with the hole in. Worked out pretty well, to be honest. I'm pretty much done talking about this. The one thing I will just quickly mention is, yeah, you can't get out for certain things when you're stealth camping, so you need to be able to pee. But beyond that, if you've got any questions, leave them below, and yeah, I'll make another video where I'm using all the cooking appliances and show you kind of how they work with the power bank. Thanks for watching, see you next time.